Right, here we are at page 2 for section 2.4. A couple of try problems, but first take a moment to look back on your page 1. Talk it through. It's the same steps, but it does feel a little awkward, a little different with all variables involved, or mostly variables, you know, more than one, where you're focusing on one and another one still stays a part of your final answer. In a sense, it's rearranging. So talk it through with somebody. Make sure if you have any questions, note those and bring those to your help resource or to class, whichever is going to be the most helpful for you, or to office hours club, like we call it. Make sure you got everything copied down that you needed. That's why we have the video, so you can pause, rewind, listen again. And then you get to try these. Remember the directions. Solve each formula for the specified variable. Do you recognize the formula? If so, what does it describe? What I highlighted in yellow here is more kind of like the bonus information, just planting a few seeds, getting you some little extra exposure here. What's most important is the solving the formula for the specified variable. So the two you get to pick from, either number 12 or number 20, and go ahead and pause the video, and when you come back, we'll reveal the answers. Okay, if you haven't already, pause the video so you can work these, and because here come the answers. When you solve number 12 for m, move everything away from what is happening with m, you get m equals p minus c, the whole thing over c. On number 20, when you solve for the variable b, you end up with b equals 2 times capital A minus the little a. 2 times capital A minus the little a. And this second one, number 20, is actually, when it's in this version right here, it's recognizable as A represents the area of a trapezoid, where you have A and B are the two base lengths, and then, oh, actually not the, sorry, yes, when you take A plus B and cut that in half, is that right? Oh, you know what? A represents the, you'd have to have the H to be the area, sorry. It's actually the mid length of the trapezoid, this right here. It's the average of the two. And you need that to then find the area. Sorry, I should have said that a little bit more clear going through. This one, however, number 12, I've done several searches. It's not one I'm familiar with in either of these forms. So this one, I'm still unsure. I still do a search every term to see if I can figure out what this is. So any of you that can find it and show me what this formula is, I would be very, very grateful. You would definitely get a gold star for that one. So hopefully those tries are coming together for you. And then just wanted to point out, in the book, they do a little bit of a review. Area of a rectangle, area equals length times width. Perimeter of a rectangle is where you add them up all together. So you'll be using these in some of your solving formulas. You'll want to be able to keep these at the ready when we start doing story problems in the next section, 2.5, and also in chapter 3. Sometimes you're going to have a problem where you have to bring some information to the problem, meaning you have to take some knowledge from inside of you and apply it to the problem. These would be examples of that. You're at the stage of the game where you should be able to do area of a rectangle, perimeter, which is adding up the outsides, it's like the fence length, being able to bring both of those to the equation from memory. Okay. The other thing that we'll also be exposed to, a couple other formulas, okay, that we'll also use this term and then on into Math 65 as well, is the distance formula. Distance equals rate times time. Interest equals principal times rate times time. For our purposes, time ends up usually being just the 1 year, but we want to make sure we include that. So just a couple other formulas that you'll need to kind of have in your repertoire and have those memorized, be ready to learn them and use them from memory. Okay, I will see you at the bottom of the page. We'll start talking about percent, which is the other part of this section 2.4.